Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm peening this pin in the collar. They say just paint it. Well, that's pretty good for some people, but I'm telling you, it ain't as easy as one thinks. So I'm doing my MacGyver here. Got a wood clamp here, and I got a dolly under it. Got my hammer. Be still because I don't want to hit it. So I'm going to put that on there and give it a tap. Give it another tap. She's coming down in there. Give it another tap. Now she's coming through the other side, which is what we want. We want it to come all the way through. So I've got that there. So now it should start to peen over, I guess, when we do that. So they get a little bit more. So you can see it's come through both ends there. So on that side, which is where I went it through, now it's coming out the other side. So we're just gonna put that like so, maybe give it one more tap. I'm letting it go through. I'm not putting this underneath the hole because then it won't go through. I'm just I don't want to go too far because I don't want to break that. Give it one more hit. And now we're through both ways. So I just tap that a little bit. Put that there. Now I've got it right underneath the pin. So it should peen, should flatten. After a while, one thinks. It's starting to mushroom a bit. Let's try a bit on the other side now. It's flattening out. Let's do the top side again. I'm switching from side to side. This side again. Now, so you can see it's in there. Got a very little play, which is good. Put that washer under there, or the spacer washer. It spins nice and free. Now I'm hoping that's enough, but I guess I can take the other distributor out and have a look at it and see what it looks like. So let me do that. I pulled the distributor out of Frankie over there and slid this one in. And she turns fine. Doesn't have to be flush to this because this is the width of the hole and this is inside, and it ain't gonna go anywhere because it's tight in there. So that's good. All right. So now, taking this book, which everybody should have one copy. I actually got 2 of them. So I bought 2 by mistake. Wonderful. Guys, you need that. So I'm looking at that. I did the peening, which is what he says over here. Says, you know, peen the sleeve. Gives you all this, the specs and everything. Gives you the drawings. This guy's really good. Okay, so there we go. So now we're going to put in the lower plate. Inspect the lower plate. I'm sure the rivets are all tight. Well, this is a new one, so snug that one down. We don't want to tighten it up until we get the other one started. Okay. Never put the lock washers behind there. You don't have to honk them down, you just have to get them nice and snug. So we're just taking them, snugging them up, taking it. Oh, they're small. Snugged up, so there we go. So that's in there. A little bit of end play, which is you need just a little bit. 0.003. Then we take the spring and put the spring there, because that spring should be nice and clean. Well, this is clean because it helps with the connection. Okay, so there we go. So we're good. Now we're going to set that over the side here. Set that down like there. Okay, so we got the shaft in, we got the lower plate in. Everything is looking good. Now, the next thing he wants us to do, attach the lower plate pigtail to the upper plate point stud. Okay. The original plate point stud is on the bottom side of the upper plate. Okay, so that's what I wanted to find out. That's why I was just checking on that and reading on that. So this here, which is really kind of nice, goes under here. Goes like that, so it doesn't even come up through like it does on those new ones. So, yeah, so it goes like that. And this is the stud that goes through there. And then this hooks onto there. You just got to make sure that it ain't touching anything. It's got to be centered, okay? We're taking this, and we're taking this. Okay, this goes in here like so. Okay, so we have to find a screw that goes in there. That's it. It's a brass one. So that's good. You don't need a lock washer on that. You don't need a fiber washer. You don't need anything on that, because you want them all to attach. So we'll put that in there. Looks like it lines up pretty good. Now this is fiddly. You want to do this while it's outside the car, because inside the car it's ridiculous. Because for one thing, it'd be sideways. Oh, there we go. Just tighten that up. Again, you don't want to honk on it so much that it can't move. Okay, so here's another thing you want to do. Just loosen that up a little bit. I don't need to tighten it quite yet. Well, good connection there. So we'll take okay, so that's a good fit. And we take our lock washer. That goes on there. Screw that in there. It's not going to go anywhere. Screw that in there tight. And we finish off with this beautiful brass screw that goes in the, and just tighten that up, snug it up. So now that condenser's in there, and when you, if you see in there, you can see that plate right there with the dimple in there. And that's where your ignition post goes in there, and it's on a spring. So there we go. So this is all looking good. So I can set that aside. Now we're going to have to work on these points here, and we're going to have to put that point block in. This points block, remember the slit goes on the outside. Now you can see that, I can see that little bit of movement there? See? Now that's going to line up your points. See how it moves up there? It's going to line up your points here with the point on there. Yep. So I don't know if you use a lock washer on this one or not. Let's find out what screws fit in there first. Not that one. Not that one. Neither of those do. Well, that's just fine. That one does. And that one does. Okay. I got two washers here. I got this little thin itty bitty one, and I got this little thicker one. I'm thinking that the thicker one probably goes on the small hole. And this one, because it's a bigger hole, goes there. That's what I'm assuming. Do we have two lock washers? We have one there. Yes, we do. We have another one there. I'm assuming that we need lock washers on those. Why wouldn't you? This doesn't have to be insulated because they're all mounted there. So got that on the outside. That's good. Put on our lock washer. Get that. Put this one on the fat washer. Looks awful fat. And we'll just snug that up a little bit. Okay, we'll take this one, take a lock washer, put that on there. Take the thin washer, put that on there. So I got the fat washer on the part where it pivots, and this one where it moves back and forth, which is the wider washer, which makes sense to go on there to me. Screw that in. All right. So there she is. Now if I want to move those points, I just open that up, and then I can move those points. Okay. So we're going to screw in these points. Ooh. Boy, they're hard to get in, screw in there, man, I'll tell you. They don't want them moving. Wowee. Those are tight in there. Just don't break. That's all I want. Don't break. I'll use a little bit of WD on there. Well, we had the little thieving fairies come around because WD-40, I can't find a tin of it, so we got Super Tech lubricant, so we'll just put a little dab of that in here and see what happens. So we can get that to go in a lot easier than that, because this is craziness. Okay. Oh, wow. That is tight in there, man. Well, this opened up a little bit. Tight is one thing, but this is ridiculous. Oh, there you go. I just opened up the hole a little bit. That was crazy. Gotta get those points to come through. Yeah, they're coming through. Let's try this one here. That's a better fit. My goodness. It's really messing with those points, I'll tell you. Might have been a good idea to do a tap in there. If I get those out again. It's I'll run a tap through there. Because that is craziness. Be that tight. Okay, so it's a 32 thread, so we're going to tap that through with 32 here. Well, that seems to go through quite easily. I don't know why that don't go through. I should just go through like slick, just like that. It shouldn't be hard to do that. You're supposed to put those points in there and just thread it in like that. Shouldn't get stuck. cross-threaded or anything. I want to go through. Well, I'll be a darn. Try going in the other side. Get those threads working. Work those threads. That's crazy. Shouldn't be that hard to put this in. It should just thread right in. And again, you know, things are not made like they should be made.